Hello, hello. How's it going? How's it going? Congrats on getting first Hunter. Playing Titanfall 2. I watched you play that for a little bit early this morning. I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. And you had like just start. I think he was playing it for like 5 minutes or something like that. And I watched you play that for a little bit. I'm trying to think. It's been like a week, I think, since I've read any of this. But I've been wanting to. Been wanting to get back to it. Because honestly, we ain't even that far in it. It's just that when you're reading stuff aloud, it takes a lot of time. It's crazy good. Yeah, I heard it was good, but damn. Does it still have like a player base? In like the multiplayer and stuff? I've never played one, but I remember when the very first one came out, I watched like some of the, I think it was the campaign for it. What's up, Papa Niv? How's it going? How's it going? You don't know you're only doing the campaign? Well, glad that you're liking it. Niv, you've been playing To the Moon? Doing pretty good. I have To the Moon as well. I need to play at some point. My buddy gifted it to me for, what was it, Christmas or something last year? No, this is a little bit before then. He gifted it to me. It was on sale for like $2 or $3. He was like, "You'll thank me one day for it." Oh, it made you cry? I didn't know that it was like real emotional or anything. But he knew I like visual novels and stuff, so he gifted it to me. I remember him saying that the story was really good. We're gonna go ahead and hop in. Playtime 3 hours and 41 minutes. I thought I had read more than that. Wait a minute, did I pause the music? I did, okay. Needed to make sure. But I guess it's safe to say that you really like the story, huh? Great game about having loved ones with autism? Really? I didn't know that's what it was about. I thought it was about, like building a rocket to go to the moon. I thought it was all it was about. I wake up and take a hot shower. I think this is the beginning of a new day, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure. Back in my room, the first thing I see is the familiar row of medication bottles lined up on top of my dresser. Makes me depressed, as usual. It's annoying. I thought I was okay. I thought I had made my peace with this thing, gotten over it. But what I really did, I allowed myself to forget that I have a problem. Being here really reminds me of the reality, and trying to fight against it just hurts. Reflecting on it is only going to do so much. I've done this before for months. Seems like this time to get over it. If I allow myself to forget that my life is definitely not going to be as long as those of others, I won't get anywhere. My life may be different from others, but it is a life in progress. That is how I rationalize it. I down the usual handful of pills, trying to push the sudden dreary feeling out of my head. Then I prepare to head out to class early, as usual. That definitely plays into the game? Okay. Yeah. I seen that you were streaming it, but I didn't want to get any spoilers for it, so I was like, I can't watch right now. Just because I eventually want to play it and I want it to be like fresh. I need you as the Kenji voice actor. You want me to open the Discord and you can voice him. As I step into the hallway, I notice Kenji coming around the corner, stealthily making his way over to his own room with a large bag. As he sneaks past me soundlessly like a ninja hiding in plain sight, I call out to him. Hey. He jumps at the sound of my voice.
Oh, hey man, I didn't notice you there. I'm really tired.
I think it's more like he didn't see me, but that's not the issue. Where have you been this early? Shopping?
Nah, I wasn't shopping. Sometimes I have to visit the math teacher. Yeah, I figured it would be a good idea to find out when the next exam is, since he tells you in advance if you want.
So then, what's in the bag? What's in the box?
I thought I'd go shopping while I was outside. I need supplies to continue the fight against the vast feminist conspiracy.
This fool. Oh, okay. Thought you didn't go outside.
I wear a hat now.
I decided to not point out that he's not wearing a hat. He don't want a bird to shit on his head again. An awkward silence settles between us. You said what?
Is that what happened?
Yeah, a bird shit on his head and he decided to never go outside again. An awkward silence settles between us, and then Kenji breaks it by pushing his door open slowly, releasing a creaking sound into the air that only makes the moment seem more awkward. He sets the bag down inside his room and then closes the door. I'm surprised you went out of your way to find a test state. Trying to take advantage of an opportunity to study is pretty diligent.
I never study.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to know when the test day was. I'm still gonna take it, duh. I need to know, so I know what day I can't afford to skip class. He usually sends out updates on that crap by phone, so I had to step out and check up on it.
Updates by phone. At this time, they would have just still been using flip phones mostly, or slide phones. I guess the teacher's texting all the students.
Yeah, but flip phones and slide phones were cool.
Some of them were awful. But the ones you had to chicken
that's
peck
everything,
on.
though.
Yeah. And why do you have to go out when you can get it on your phone?
I don't carry a phone.
He's probably got a razor. Those were good phones. What do you mean?
That's always broke.
The Motorola Razr, that was like way above its time, ahead of its time.
It was like really thin and it looked good, but everyone I knew in high school that had one, they broke it like in a week.
They were probably just stupid though.
Well, they were, because only the rich, dumb kids had them.
My father had one for like years, and I remember it could, you could play like all these games on it. You could do like video and stuff on it. It was really advanced.
Yeah, it was ahead of its time. I'm not saying it was a bad phone. It wasn't for me. It's too thin. I would have lost that shit.
It was really expensive back then too.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why all the kids that I knew in high school that got it like really early when it first came out broke it because they were stupid and irresponsible anyway.
Yeah, I remember he had like one of those old style leather protectors on it. Those ugly things.
I had one of those leather ones on my Nokia phone with like that like plasticky jelly like screen protector thing on it.
Yep, that's what he had.
Yeah.
Those things are so ugly.
Yeah, but they worked.
I guess so, yeah. But Nokias were like a brick anyway. It was hard to break those phones.
Oh yeah, that thing was indestructible. I loved that thing.
What do you mean you don't carry a phone? You mean you just leave it at home?
Nah, I don't use phones. I don't have a phones. I have no phone.
Dumbass. Why don't you have a phone? How can you not have a phone? No phone at all? No phone?
I just don't like phones. Actually, I'm kind of scared of them. I don't know why. I think it's some kind of repressed trauma. But basically, when I hear a phone, I get nervous. It's my darkest secret. I have two theories on it. Either I have some fear of receiving some undefined, ominous, life-altering doom call, or I was beaten with a phone in the past. Beaten so badly I can't remember it. It doesn't even ring a bell.
Beaten in the head. I thought this used to say beaten in the ass. Maybe,
And
I don't
he got
know.
the razor up his ass.
I swore it used to say beaten in the ass with a phone. Beaten in the head.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, where else could I get beaten with a phone that would make me unable to remember it? The ass?
They took that Nokia to his ass.
Oof. Yikes. That would.
That'd leave a bruise, big bruise, wouldn't it?
Damn. Yeah. They got a red rectangle on your butt.
His ass was bricked up.
Alright, we need to make that a thing where, like, you throw 100 Nokia phones at somebody and
Jesus.
sentenced to being bricked up.
You'd kill him.
Yeah, I know. Death by brick.
Yeah. No kidding. This thing still lasts till this day.
I know, I wish I still had mine.
Unexpectedly logical. I feel very depressed now. Sensing this conversation is more or less over, Kenji opens his door again, prepares to head inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep, dude. Have a good one.
Jesus. Class is going to start in like 20 minutes.
I already did something today. Too tired to go to school.
I feel that.
Hey, you need some lip balm? I accidentally bought 2 because I thought the store had started selling individual AA batteries.
Why would you buy them individually? Everything takes at least 2. Thanks, but no thanks.
Whatever, man.
I bet the lip balm is garlic flavored.
Ugh.
He's-
Garlic and onion.
Yeah, because as Sal said, he smelled like garlic. He swiftly enters his lair, finally letting me go to class. For a change, I'm not among the first ones to come to morning class. Instead, almost everyone else seems to be here already. I recognize most of my class by their faces by now, though the names escape me still. The class goes on lazily.
Look, I'll be right back.
Alright. I think I'm starting to get into the rhythm of the school. I have even stopped worrying about taking notes and being overtly attentive. The first days I was pretty high-strung in class. Mattel finishes his lecture about electricity early, but continues without a pause about the festival. So, as you know, the festival is on the day after tomorrow. I hope everyone's projects are going to be successful this year. Have a good time, but also come Sunday, please keep the meaning of this festival in your minds. Games and fried food! Everyone bursts out in laughter, and so do I. Yes, thank you, Mikado. But what I meant was more the remainder of his sentence is buried beneath the ring of the lunch bells, and everyone starts packing their things. Matao deliberates for a moment, but since almost nobody seems to pay attention anymore, he gives up and sits down. Poor dude. It's crowded in the hallway, or as crowded as hallways in this school probably get. Most of the students seem to be heading down for the cafeteria. Hey Sal! I'm going to make you a one-time only super extra special lunch offer. Amy's homemade lunch boxes, and the privilege of enjoying them in private with 2 bombshell beauties. Her overtly flirtatious sales pitch echoes in the hallway, a remarkable feat since it's full of people. Spying on us for the nurse again, probably. Amy strikes a very confident-looking pose, as though in an attempt to one-up her own ridiculousness, puffing out her chest and making the V for victory sign with her hand. Sounds delicious. To what do I owe this honor of being invited? You said they were looking really lost and sad, so I thought you could use some company. That is probably the most depressing reason imaginable. So how about it? You're probably really lonely and would eat that awful cafeteria food all alone otherwise. I'm kidding. Sure, I'll have your lunch offer with pleasure. Let's go to the roof. The roof? Why the roof? Because that's where we eat lunch. And if I don't get up there, then she'll probably wander off, And then I just know she'll go hungry because she never packs lunch for herself. Who will? Come with me. Without answering my question or waiting for a response, she grabs me by the arm and drags me through the hallways. I feel like she would speak really fast.
Probably.
I attempt to make conversation on the way. Why do you have an extra lunch? Amy smiles guiltily. Actually, it's yesterday's lunch. I slipped in a running lunch and forgot to eat it. She's gonna give us salmonella. Huh? The stairway to the roof is a little dilapidated, but it's clearly been used recently. At the top of the stairs is a door, complete with missing padlock. I wonder who the intrepid individual was that removed the lock. It's gotta be Emmy. Emmy shoves the door open and steps beaming into the sunlight. She probably lockpicked it, or either got some bolt cutters from somewhere and cut it off.
She just kicked it with her RoboCop leg.
She might have. Have you ever seen, I don't remember what the movie's called, but it's like, if I remember right, like a woman's in like a car accident or something. Or maybe somebody cuts her leg off, and so she gets like a machine gun on her leg instead. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've never seen it. I know it's part of that, there was like 3 short movies in one, right?
Yeah.
That was part of? I've never seen it, but I know what you're talking about, yeah.
I remember all the time whenever I was a kid, people was talking about that, but I'm pretty sure those aren't movies meant for kids.
Definitely not.
I wonder.
Wasn't it called like the Kill House trilogy or something?
I don't know. Something crazy.
I'll look it up really quick since you're streaming.
Suddenly, a tall, dark figure, a tall, dark stranger, that's worse, appears out of nowhere, standing imposingly in front of us. Emily flinches back, almost falling back down the stairs. Yeah. Hello. Yikes, you scared me, Ren. Wait, isn't she? Hello. Noticing that Ren is speaking to me, Emmy looks curiously at me. You two know each other? I look confusedly at Emmy. She's that friend of yours? Ren has turned her gaze towards the clouds, drifting above the school. I didn't know you knew this person, Emmy. The awkward silence lasts only for a few seconds until Emmy lets out a tiny giggle, shrugging the coincidence off. I invited his Sal for lunch. If you know him, that's just better. Does this mean I don't get food? Or did you invite him for lunch without the lunch? Neither. I have lunch for 3. Nice thinking. They walked to the other end of the roof while I stood at the clock tower for a while, taking in the atmosphere. There's nobody else but us. What's it called?
It's called, Planet Terror is the name of it.
Planet Terror?
Yeah, and it was Grindhouse, not Kill House. But I think Grindhouse had like 3 short movies in one. If I remember correctly. I don't know. But I never saw it. I think I saw one of the 3 and it was alright.
I think I saw like a little clip of it, of her before, but that was like years and years ago on YouTube.
Yeah.
There's nobody else but us here. I guess the roof is not as popular as it is in other schools. It's Kenji's favorite spot. A few rundown benches and tables are scattered around the edges, perhaps in an attempt to make the rooftop look less desolate. The small pebbles covering the roof rattle beneath our feet. I peek through the chain-link fence to take a look at the school grounds and beyond. I wonder if Ren wears shoes, or if she just walks barefoot everywhere.
She has to wear shoes. Well, wait. No, because she probably has like Crocs or something equivalent that she can just like slip on because she has to use her feet for stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
But it never shows her wearing shoes, I don't think. It
doesn't show anybody's legs except for Emmy's because it's plot relevant.
I guess that's true. Well, no, it shows Ren's. It shows her like whenever she's eating and stuff, remember?
Well, yeah, because that's plot relevant.
Well, it needs to show their shoes.
What, like Ben Brown shoes?
Oh, God.
Your favorite player?
Dude wears like a size 26. Shaq size shoes.
Throws about 26 pitches a game before he gets pulled out, too.
Jesus. It doesn't take long.
It's not very good.
Well, he needs to try harder or take some peds.
No pets.
Students are strolling in pairs and groups around the quadrangle and at the cafeteria. A few delivery trucks are driving past the school towards the convenience store nearby. Somewhere a watchdog barks at a passerby. Somehow, when I look towards the town center, the small town feel strikes me very strongly, almost palpably. The hectic lifestyle of big metropolises seems so far away and foreign here. Nobody has to run to catch a bus like their life depended on it, or get their senses overloaded by the neon lights and traffic jams. I feel surprisingly optimistic about this new life of mine, looking at my new hometown, even if it's going to be mine for only one short year. So like the whole morning and day he's been talking about how depressed he was and everything, and now he's really optimistic. That makes no sense.
That's the Emmy effect, because she's the best.
I guess so. Or the Ren effect.
No.
That's the Renaissance.
No, don't say that. Don't say Renaissance.
I think whenever you eventually see her story, you'll like it. It's pretty good.
I probably would. She's just so weird and aloof.
Yeah, but
And
it's
I just
like
love Emmy.
it's like
I'm sure it's good. I'm sure they're all good. I like Emmys because she has like similar stuff that I went through.
Yeah, I think Ren's mostly hers changes a lot. Like how she talks and everything. Like the more she gets to know somebody or whatever. So she's not always like that.
She probably like opens up a lot more.
Yeah, she still has like some aloofness, but it's like not as bad as like what you see in her other stories. Like in other stories, you don't see anything about her really.
Yeah.
Finding out about my illness and having to move away from home all came so suddenly. I haven't had time to think about how I feel. When I step out of the shadow of the clock tower to the open, I feel warmth touching my back. Sun shines from a perfectly clear cerulean sky. Cool breeze sweeping over the rooftop makes me shiver, but only briefly. The wind carries the scent of trees and flowers, not smocking car exhaust like it used to, just a few weeks ago. Emmy settles on a bench with Ren in tow, and produces one big and two small lunch boxes from her bag. Come on, Asao, what are you waiting for? She is beckoning me to join them, making room on the already small bench. I seat myself on the corner of the bench to take as little space as possible. It's pretty cramped, but somehow all three of us fit on it. Impressive view. What is he talking about? Is he talking about them?
He's talking about Emmy.
I guess so. And Ren is not happy about it. Look at her face. She's like, I know what you're talking about.
She's like my sister. She's just like, she's not part of what's going on in real life. She's looking around at stuff to draw. My sister's like that.
Just doesn't give a crap about what's going on.
Yeah, I'm like the only person that she'll talk to every day and laugh with. Everyone else, she's just like super, not cold in a mean way, but she's just like whatever, because she's been through so much bad stuff. So she'll just be like really aloof and like looking around and like thinking of the next thing to draw.
Yeah. I don't really remember Ren's story a whole lot. I don't think she was in an accident or anything. I think she was born like that, I believe.
Dang, how do you get born like that? I'm sure it happens. That's crazy though.
I think her arms were messed up and were amputated or something like that, but I'm not 100% sure.
That sucks. I'd way rather like be in Emmy's, I would say shoes, but you know, that's kind of messed up.
Well, at least she don't have to worry about buying shoes.
That's true, but she, you know, She still likes to wear them with her non-running prosthetic legs to look more normal, which I totally understand. I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah, but she rarely wears those though.
Yeah.
Emmy
Well, whenever
suppresses.
she's not in her school uniform, she does. Like when you go out on dates and stuff.
Yeah. Emmy suppresses a giggle and places a lunchbox in front of Ren and hands another lunchbox to me. Here you go, lunch as promised. Homemade, no less. I'm impressed. Wow, this looks really good. Thanks, I make them myself when I can. Conversation dies off as I set about the business of feeding myself.
Her mom made that shit, and you know it.
Well, she don't live with her mom. She lives in the dorms.
Oh yeah, that's true. Her mom's like a 45-minute bus ride away or something, right?
Yeah, she's Ren's neighbor. So she helps like take care of Ren and everything. Like help her get dressed and everything.
Well, she can't put on that damn tie by herself.
No. She couldn't put on the shirt by herself either.
Not a button-up one.
Not unless her legs could reach like that, but I doubt it. Taking a few bites, I glance up and notice Ren is deftly opening the lunchbox and popping a forkful of food into her mouth using only her feet. Even though I've seen it before, I can't help but be impressed at her dexterity. It's also a reminder of the sort of place I am in right now. Will I ever get used to sights such as this? Can't decide if getting used to such a thing would be a good thing or a bad thing either. Does getting used to this place mean that I'm giving up on being a normal person? Or does it just mean that I'm becoming more understanding about those around me? I'm distracted from my thoughts by the sight of Emmy tearing into her lunch, as if it had insulted her ancestors. And she's stabbing that thing with chopsticks, I guess.
It did specifically say she was using a fork.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
She's stabbing it. You seem pretty hungry. Emmy looks up, mouth half full, and swallows before nodding. My morning run always works up an appetite. Which is great, because I burn through lunch pretty quickly. Helps me keep my girlish figure. Do you want to voice Ren?
Yeah, if you want me to give you a break. I don't, how should Ren sound?
Very aloof.
What would happen if you lose it? Would you become a man?
I very nearly choke on my lunch, trying not to laugh. It's a figure of speech.
Does your figure have to run in the mornings too?
She's proud of that joke.
She is. That's the only time I've seen her smile.
Do you always talk like this? Talk like what?
Like what?
I think that answers my question. Never mind. So, I struggle to think of small talk and settle on the obvious question. How do you two meet? Rin seems content to let Amy answer this question. Someone in the housing department thought that we'd complement each other well, so we were assigned rooms next to one another. Compliment each other? That seems kind of messed up.
Like shoes in a suit.
Huh? Amy giggles in my confusion. Put us together and you've got all of our limbs, get it? So I started helping Ren get ready in the mornings, and that was that. I mean, you can't help someone get dressed every morning and not get along. I see. Ren chooses this moment to interject.
I have trouble with shirts.
Right, that seems fairly obvious.
Damn! Really?
I feel like she could do okay with like a short sleeve shirt. Like just a regular t-shirt.
I feel bad that she has to like have knots in long sleeve shirts. Like they should just let her not have to wear a long sleeve.
Yeah.
Or a tie, to be honest.
Yeah.
She's an academy for disabled kids and she has to do all this shit.
Maybe she just likes the tie.
She might.
Kind of. This isn't helping, but at least Emmy seems to find the whole thing funny. At least it's like a nice looking tie, though.
Yeah, the dimple is perfect on it.
Yeah. That, combined with the fact that Ren is genuinely curious, makes me feel slightly better and yet confused. At least we know that Emmy knows how to tie a good knot.
I have a theory. I just realized this. Maybe Emmy likes to do like the male tie on Rin because she probably used to help her dad with it.
Oh, maybe whenever she was a kid, maybe, yeah. Have you ever seen one of those zipper ties?
No, what's that?
So you know how there's like a clip-on?
Yeah.
So instead of a clip-on, like it still has like the part that goes around the collar, but it's got like a zipper in place of like the small end of the tie that you just zip up and it tightens up.
Oh, that's cheating. I
Yeah.
only wear real ties. I think like once when I was little going to church, I wore a clip-on tie, and like I wore that for that day, and I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, and I was like, I hate this. I want a real one. Dad, teach me how to tie a tie, and like I've only worn real ties my whole life after that.
I feel like every time I put one on, I tie it a different way too. Like accidentally, I tie it a different way.
Really?
So I discover how to do a new knot.
I do the normal one every time.
There's one at the thrift store that I keep seeing. That's like it's like a nice looking dark navy one, and it's got like
yeah.
like 1776 on it, and like a little flag with it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it looks nice. I might get it like next time I go, just because I like it.
You should.
It's got to be what, like 50 cents or something like that.
I'd wear it.
I mean, you've got no arms, so putting on a shirt seems like one of those things that would be difficult. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking now. She looks so shocked.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna just shut up now. It'll save me a lot of trouble in the long run. Ren nods in what I suspect is meant to be a sage manner.
I see.
The conversation dies as I turn my attention back to my lunch. It's really quite good. Emmy finishes her lunch first and makes a contented noise. Ah, that was good. As she busies herself with cleaning up her lunch, Ren speaks up.
I'm thirsty.
Oh, I almost forgot about that. Sorry. With a flourish, she reaches into her bag and removes a trio of lunchboxes. I don't see how people eat without drinking stuff. She tosses me one that appears to be a cranberry juice, one to Ren that appears to be some kind of strawberry milk, complete with a pink color scheme, and keeps an equally pink box of some kind of fruit punch for herself. I want to say that Lily's story is like the longest one out of all of them.
Is it really?
I think so.
Emmy's was pretty long, but I mean that's the only one I finished.
Yeah. It seems like Lily's has like extra arcs in it because you go to like a lot more areas than just to like the school and the city or to the cafe.
I think I was about like halfway through it or something because like
I think you might have been like a quarter of the way, maybe.
Oh man. I think I was right after like where you go to town and like the librarian is working at the cafe and you meet her sister. I was a bit past that.
Oh, I don't even think I don't know, that might be a quarter of the way through.
Unless when they do the little, what's it called? The little fair thing or whatever and you go help her with that. Is that after you meet her sister? I think it was, right?
I can't remember for sure.
I cannot.
But I remember that you go to like a lot of different areas with her. Like you got the school, then you got the town by the school, then you have the city, then you have like her summer home.
Dang, I need to finish her route then.
Yeah, you have like a jazz club. I feel like I'm forgetting some areas as well. Ren dexterously stabs her straw through the top of her box and begins to drink. I'm once again impressed by how flexible she is, but this time I keep my comment to myself. Somehow I don't think either Emmy or Ren are the sorts of people to think twice about the way they work around their particular disabilities. Ren especially so. Indeed, she gives off the impression of being entirely unaware that she's missing any limbs at all.
Think twice? Ha! You idiot, I didn't even think the first time.
That's how you do it.
Yep, that's how you win.
That's how all Metal Gear players are, is what it is.
No, that takes tact.
You don't think you just shoot things.
No, you can't play that game like that, I'm telling you. You're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, because the enemies are like, they don't stop respawning, do they?
They do. There's only a finite amount of enemies and levels.
Oh.
They can call in reinforcements and backup, though. You know, you can, at least in 1, 2, and 3, you can kill them all, but it would be a lot better to not have to go into... It doesn't give you a lot of lethal ammo intentionally because it wants you to play it stealthily.
Yeah.
But you can. I've done it.
That's probably how you beat the game, ain't it?
No, I beat it with perfect stealth.
Yeah, but you play on easy mode.
No. Normal mode.
Whether or not that's a conscious decision is another matter. I'm honestly not sure. So, Sal, how do you like it up here? It's quite nice, actually. I like high places for the view. Thanks for inviting me up here. And for the lunch, too. Emmy grins a 1,000-watt grin, pleased by my response, I suppose. No problem. Feel free to eat with us next time, too, okay? I won't make you a lunch, but you can bring your own up here. No lunch service? I don't know. Emmy looks mock offended. Trying to take advantage of my good nature? The nerve. She giggles. Well, if that's your answer, I guess Ren and I would just keep eating lunch all alone. I'm suddenly assaulted by the most heart-rending puppy dog eyes I've ever seen as Emmy pouts. Kidding, I was kidding. I'd love to eat lunch up here again. Good location and the company's okay too. Emmy frowns a bit at my declaration of okay, but seems happy enough that I've accepted her invitation. I guess this makes us friends now. Or at least acquaintances. The lunch bell rings, signaling a return downstairs. Ren, you didn't finish your lunch again.
I wasn't that hungry.
Damn! If you don't eat more, you're going to fade away. That's like a problem throughout her arc, is that she doesn't really take care of herself.
Relatable.
Ren shrugs as if this is an acceptable risk. Come on, we'd better get going. The three of us head down the stairs together. The afternoon class passes. Once again, I find myself without a plan for something to do after school, so I head to the library to return a couple of the books I finished reading.
Nerd!
What? Oh, nerd.
I'm just joking. No.
I couldn't tell what you said at first, but I heard nerd. Walking inside, I see that there are about as many students here as there were on Tuesday, all the more evident from the almost total silence enveloping the room. As I drop the books I borrowed onto the return slot on the counter, Yuko suddenly pops up from behind it, quite startled from the banging they make as they hit the trolley next to her. Ah, sorry Yuko, didn't mean to startle you. She was probably sleeping. No, that's fine. It happens a lot. I'm used to it by now. Can I help you? It's okay. I think I know where everything is. Thanks anyway. I suppose I'll grab another book or two while I'm here. There's not much else to do, and after reading so much during my stay in the hospital, it's become a hard habit to break. I wander down to the fiction section towards the back of the library, scanning the bookshelves for anything that catches my eye. I've never looked into it, but I wonder if there's like any fan-made patches that add like extra like storylines or whatever. That'd be kind of cool.
Probably. There probably is.
Because you could like reuse like the sprites and stuff.
Yeah.
As I do, I look over to the counter where has been the last time I was here. I look over to the corner where Hanako has been the last time I was here, not really expecting anything to come of it. Surprisingly, though, she's there, absorbed completely in a fairly thick book. I decide against intruding on her like last time, and get back to finding reading material. After an indiscernible amount of time spent perusing the aisles, I finally decide on a couple of books to get and slide them off the shelf. With a minimum of fuss, I quickly walk over to the counter, check out my books, and pop them into my bag as I walk out. By the time I leave the main building, sunset isn't too far away. A small trickle of students remain, but the majority have left, presumably to their homes and dorms. I guess I need to buy some supplies. I can't live off cafeteria food and eating out for my entire stay here. As I leave for the gate, I make a few loud stretches to try and stave off the tiredness that's accumulated over the week.
That's what I'm doing right now, is stretch.
Everybody needs to stretch. Everybody stretch. We're all old. Let's stretch.
Shut up.
I feel old. You'll understand when you get my age. What's Topher always say?
I'll be dead before you get to my age.
Topher always says something like, use a time machine. After passing through and rounding the corner, though, I see a solitary figure walking downhill towards a small town below. The color of her hair and tapping of her cane are unmistakable. I quickly walk up to her, which seems to catch her attention without a word needing to be said. Hi, Lily. She takes a moment to place the voice, slightly adjusting her head to face a bit more towards the source of my voice as she does. Sal? Yep, that's me. She seems to have a good memory for voices. The fact that she actually remembered is a pleasant surprise. Good evening. What brings you here? Once again, she gives a small polite bow, and once again I reply in kind before realizing that I needn't do so. Just going into town. You? My, what a coincidence. Doing the same thing, eh? Mister. That would be funny if she said that. Then had a piece of,
Hey there, partner!
she's just got a piece of grass in her mouth.
Yeah.
I usually go shopping on Fridays. She pauses for a moment, suddenly looking a little lost. I said, Hanako usually comes into town with me. Not lost but worried. The two do seem to keep pretty close tabs on one another. It's kind of surprising that Hanako would just forget Lily like that. I noticed her reading in the library. She probably got caught up in a book. She lets out a small sigh of relief. Thank you. She has a habit of doing that. Avid reader? Right. She doesn't like being around crowds of people, so reading away from everyone lets her relax a bit. Although she probably didn't intend it, I can't help but grimace as I recall my first meeting with her. Hardly wanting to bring it up, I remain silent as we quietly continue to walk down the quiet road. Hey Benny, what's up buddy? Benny, my boy. Tack, 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 tack. With the road bereft of cars and the students of Yamaku increasingly far behind us, a quiet rustling of the leaves and the measured tapping of Lily's cane against the sidewalk, excuse me, are all that can be heard. It's kind of nice, especially compared to the hustle and bustle of where I used to live. Before I know it, I've relaxed so much that a loud yawn escapes before I can control it. Your goddamn plans are gonna get us killed, Dutch. You snake, Dutch. Poor Arthur. Tired? Yeah, I've been running ragged these past few days. How you doing today, Benny? It's good to see you. That's an understatement to be sure. Transferring into a different school would be bad enough, but nothing like this. Well, hopefully everything should settle down for you. The festival's got everyone in a spin right now. You've been popped right in the middle of things. For a moment I hesitate. but given her apparent tolerance for frankness, I decided to give my full thoughts. I guess. Yamaku's kinda different though. I mean, the formalities surrounding everything, the isolation around it, not to mention the most obvious difference. It's kind of a whole different mindset. I suppose I'll get used to it though in time. She gives a matter-of-fact nod, apparently pleased with my answer. Feels almost as if she's included me in the flock of students she's shepherding, along with class 3-2 and Hanako. Well, not that I mind. It's nice to get the thoughts off my chest in any case. Looking on the bright side, one could see it as a chance for a new beginning. You could cherish the ability to make new friends. That's optimistic. Nonetheless, it's good to have a positive attitude about such things, I suppose. I guess that's a good take on it. Walking on down the road, she seems to become somewhat unsettled. Before I can ask what's on her mind, she seems to collect herself and speaks up about something else. So, where in town were you going? It's actually a pretty good question. I'd come in to buy food, but the layout of the place is still totally foreign to me. I had intended to just wander around and see what I could find, but with sunset already approaching and nightfall not too far away, that doesn't seem very wise. I'm going to have to ask her for directions, again. I was just going to get some food, but now that you mention it, I don't really know the way. Well now, this is quite lucky. I was just about to go to the convenience store myself. Looks like I'll be in your care again then, thanks.
Oh my god.
You can help each other out. Together we walk to the store. My pace is carefully slowed to remain beside her. Compared to my usual walking pace, hers is quite a bit slower. Not that it's without reason. I do like their school uniforms though, like, they have nice uniforms.
Yeah, they do. They look nice.
After what couldn't be more than several minutes, I catch sight of our objective. This town really is pretty small. The only thing is the white, like, you would have to worry about it getting stained and stuff all the time.
Dude, I had to wear dress white. You know we have like dress blues and dress whites in the Navy. You wear whites during the summer and blues during the winter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the whites, when I went to Fleet Week, we had to wear dress whites, and you just have to have one, like, you get issued 2 pair of blues and 4 pair of whites because they just know that the whites are going to get fucked up because they're really easy to. What really sucks is when you're on watch on the quarterdeck and you have to wear dress whites, and like you have to put your gun belt on and your bulletproof vest on and like all that stuff, just like it's all black material.
Yeah.
For like your gun belt and all your stuff and like you're on the quarterdeck. Usually you don't have to wear dress uniforms on the quarterdeck. You usually wear your working uniform, so it's not a problem. But sometimes, like if we're in a foreign port and there's like a bunch of dignitaries coming aboard, they'll want us in the dress white uniforms. And honestly, the worst part is the hat.
Yeah.
The Dixie cup. That thing gets dirty really easily.
Was it the material it's made out of?
Yeah, but it's like, you know, most of your sweat comes from your head.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, that's true as well.
But in New York City, the white pants, you go on a subway, you're standing.
Yeah. That'd be the thing for me too, is like whites. That's why I don't really wear white besides like these white t-shirts, because I can just like bleach them or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I like white t-shirts like as an undershirt. Sometimes I'll just wear one to be comfortable, but yeah, no, for real.
I used to wear white shirts sometimes with like graphics and stuff on them, but they would always get dingy just because like where I would sweat so much and stuff.
Yeah, I have a few graphic shirts that are white because like the color, like if I bought them from Redbubble or whatever and it was like an anime or a video game character I like, the design wouldn't pop out on like black or gray.
Yeah.
So I bought it in white, but yeah.
Without further ado, we make our way inside with a greeting from the counter. Mind if I tag along with you? Usually Hanako would help me, but seeing as she's not here, it takes a moment before I realize what she means. Would you say I see?
I said, haha, seeing as how, as if she could.
Oh, I thought you said, I see.
No.
Because Considering she wouldn't be able to read any of the labels, shopping without any help would be a big pain for her. That said, I can't shake the feeling that she had this idea since I was coming here. Sure, it'd be my pleasure. I grabbed 2 well-used red baskets from the small stack beside the entrance, handing one to Lily. She lays it on the ground, putting her school bag in, retracting her cane and sliding it through the basket's handles before picking it back up in her right hand. Wait, if she doesn't use her cane? Before I can complete the thought, she comes beside me and pinches the cuff of my uniform in her slender fingers. Is it alright? Sure. I have no reason not to accept. I can think of worse things than shopping with a pretty girl holding on to me, even if it is out of necessity. We navigate our way through the store, with not one of the occasional passing customers seeming to bat an eyelid. Considering how close Yamaku is, I guess seeing students from there must be entirely normal for the local residents. Wait a minute, I just noticed this. They have a beer section.
Yeah.
I bet Kenji loads up on that. I bet he has a fake ID. Oh yeah, because if you think about it, his uniform is different than everybody else's.
He's got that,
Like the green looking suit.
he's got that, Gryffindor scarf.
That too. Maybe he wears that to pretend he's not a student and this is where he gets his liquor from.
I wear the scarf to protect my neck from the evil seductress vampires from putting hickeys on it, man.
Probably from the birds too.
Bird shit would get hard to get out of like a knit scarf.
Yeah. Especially if it was like wool, because you can't really wash it.
Yeah.
I mean, some wool you can, I guess. But you gotta be really careful.
Yeah.
There's gonna be an ad in a little over 2 minutes, just FYI to everybody. As we reach each aisle, I quickly check with Lily and find out what she needs. I grab it along with what I'm looking for and put our items into their respective baskets. I guess this is the same routine she and Hanako follow every Friday. Right, all that's left is the bread and that should be my shopping done. Do you need anything else, Lily? No, this should be everything. Off we go then. With a quick sidestep to the bakery section, we make our way to the registers. The line, thankfully, is almost non-existent. It's not long before we've both paid for our food and are out the door. As Lily retrieves her cane and extends it to full length, I waste a minute looking upwards at the night sky while holding both of our bags. For a moment, I try to make clouds with my breath, but the summer's heat doesn't seem to cooperate. Eventually, she rights herself, taking a quick stretch before taking her bag and leaving me to my 2. You tired as well? Festival preparations have been complete chaos. Shizune breathing down my neck doesn't exactly help things either. Hey, she's only trying to get everything organized. Better now than later, right? I suppose. I'm going to enjoy relaxing in town tomorrow, that's for certain. I guess the festival preparations must be taking their toll on both of them. We walk out in the quiet street, talking between ourselves as we carry our bags of food and supplies from the store. Wait, what's that? I notice a very distinctive figure making its way towards us, silhouetted by the street lamps. For a second I think it's another male student from my class, but as he, or should I say she, gets closer, I recognize her quickly. Rin? What are you doing out here so late? Rin. Lily perks her head, looking like she's trying to focus on listening more keenly. It suddenly comes to me that I should probably interpret the scene for her. It's Rin. Tezuka, I think, was her last name, from our school. She stiffens at the name and gives a complicated looking expression, something like a forced fusion of a composed smile and a painful cringe. I understand. I guess Lily knows Rin too. Rin turns to look at us, looking terribly out of it. I'm not entirely sure she recognizes either of us, or at least she doesn't acknowledge it if she does. She looks like a zombie. Or a statue. A statue of a zombie. Slowly, some symptoms of understanding seem to light in her eyes. This is something she must react to. Rin blinks once, very thoroughly. Hello.
Hello. You know what they say? You can't spell cringe without Rin.
That's true. That's true. I don't know why you hate Ren so much. That's sad.
I don't hate Rin. I don't hate Rin. I never said I hated Rin. I just had to get that joke in.
I think whenever you see her story, you'll like her a whole lot more, though. There's an awkward pause. Everyone waiting for someone else to say something. What are you doing here this late? I was wondering about that myself too, just now. Some people asked that just before. Assume they were wondering the same.
Oh, for some reason, there was like more lag than usual. It's not your fault. I don't know what's going on with that.
You might have
I
to
didn't.
refresh.
Yeah, I will. That's why I missed my line. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't know if you was here or if you went off to take a little break.
No, I'm here. I didn't know. They didn't know either. I asked. That's why I'm here. So that was pretty much it. It's a murder mystery without a murder.
It's just a mystery.
They were going that way.
She turns facing to her right in order to demonstrate the direction other people went to, as if that was important, then rotates back like a mechanical puppet in one of those overtly complicated clockworks. For a person who gives an impression of being the quiet type, Rin really does use a lot of words to say things that don't need a lot to be said. Unsure if she's finished, I say nothing. Neither does Lily, who seems equally robbed of words for the time being. I think that both of us are in fact just scared that any response might provoke her to continue. Our stupefied lack of reaction doesn't faze Rin at all. She keeps looking at us expectantly, a calm bit of expression on her blank face. She seems to be that kind of person, always so relaxed, as if a bowl of elephant-grade sedatives were flowing in her veins in the place of blood. Do you have amnesia? I don't recall you having anything of the sort, though. No, I don't think that's it. The other passersby were probably just worried, though. You do look really lost, the way you're standing in the middle of the street.
Oh, I see. Maybe I should have taken some other kind of pose in that case.
I ponder for a while, whether I should chase this angle further, or give up for the sake of my own sanity. I decide on the latter. Seems that most of the time it's better to not read too deeply into what Rin is babbling about. Talking with Rin is like playing chess with a supercomputer who does seemingly complex random moves, as if to mock everything you know about chess. It's like that except with human interaction. And even if I win, I feel like losing. Damn, it's just like Kenji said, even when I win, I lose. Is this the power of the girls of Yamaku? I push the thought aside as too dangerous to consider further. It's probably just Kenji's anti-female propaganda getting to meet her in a moment of weakness.
Look, man!
It's the girls are messing with your brain, dude.
There's too many pretty girls at my school and I'm mad about it.
Yeah, maybe taking another pose might have worked. So anyway, you have no idea what you're doing here? She frowns, looking extremely displeased at either my question, its consequences, or the answer she's about to give.
I do have some idea. I can't really tell what kind of an idea.
That sounds like progress, at least. Lily sounds as if she spotted an opening for some kind of discernibly normal conversation. I can't say I share her optimism.
Yes, there's some definite. The rest will come later.
Why'd you say it like that?
That's how
Jesus.
she would say it. Sure. I always had reasons.
You're saying it like you're trying to make her sound sensual or something.
No, I'm not. She's lost in her own thought.
The ensuing silence kills Lily's hopes all too visibly. That didn't last long. Ren's, as far as I can tell, unbased, assurances aside. What should be done? A minor? What kind of Pokemon is that? We could just leave her to her own devices, whatever those are. But it's late, and I don't think we'll be getting any thanks if Ren is found standing here in the middle of the night. I think maybe that's the Meteor Pokemon, but I don't know. Which she probably will, unless she manages to remember what she was doing here in the first place. As for me, trying to guess what might have been going on in her mind when she decided to embark on this adventure, the chances seem to be on par with winning the lottery. Several times in a row. Lily is oddly quiet too. I'd appreciate some support from the sidelines here, especially if she's more familiar with Ren than I am. But it can't be helped. Seems her familiarity with Ren is exactly why she's staying subdued. So I assume you were going somewhere, not coming back to the school. Any idea where? Her eyes widen in shock and she jumps back in a somewhat artificial way, making it seem like an act rehearsed for situations like this.
Is that your disability? How unique.
That would be a disability, actually, if you were a mind reader.
Jeez, that would suck, actually.
Yeah. You would, never be able to trust anybody.
Yeah.
No, what?
Tune nothing out.
Why would you think that? Yeah, it would be awful. Just like having, a photographic memory, I feel like it's kind of awful.
You knew what I was doing.
It was just an educated guess. We walked the same street in the other direction just before to get to the store. If you were going to school, we would have met you on the way. She looks a little disappointed. We already told her we have arrhythmia. She just don't remember, I guess. Like Kenji, Ren appears quick to jump to completely irrational conclusions. Because remember she said, the problem must be in your pants. And so I was like, no, heart condition, arrhythmia. Maybe it's something in the water here. I make a mental note to stock up on soft drinks. Seems like a bad idea too, especially if you have a heart condition. I think that would be bad for your heart over time, right?
Yeah, probably.
You know, that is the second time this week that someone asked if I was a mind reader. Do I really give off that impression? Ren shrugs her shoulders, which is all the answer I get. You know, maybe you should come with us back to the school. Lily interjects just as I'm about to further debunk my alleged mind-reading capabilities. She sounds rather concerned, a paper-thin smile on her face badly disguising that fact. Maybe she came to the same conclusion as I did. For everyone's sake, I decided to let the mind-reading topic drop, as it's entirely inane anyway. Yeah, Lily's right. If you can't remember, there's no point staying here. Ren considers this rather simple deduction for a moment, then nods.
Okay.
We start towards the school again, having wasted way more time than necessary with this episode. Ren walks along the edge of the sidewalk in her rhythmic way, looking like a mix of sleepwalker and rope dancer, while Lily keeps one hand on my shoulder, tapping at the ground with her cane. What was you about to say?
I was gonna say, After they said wasting too much time on this episode, I was gonna say, next time on Disabled Ball Z!
Yeah, next time on Dragon Ball Z. Tap, step, step, tap, tap, step, step, step. Apart from that, and a few fragmented beginnings of conversations, it's quiet. Quite apart from the relaxing one into town at that. So how's the mural going?
We're gonna get bad luck. Never talk about works in progress.
Shut up, Meg. I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
Bad luck.
They do have like complete opposite personalities. Tap, step, tap, step. She doesn't care to talk about it. Lily's politeness feels out of place for the first time. Step, step, step. The hill Yamaku rests on top is surprisingly steep, going uphill. We slow the pace, but I still feel my pulse rising and breathing getting heavier. Almost there, I can see the gates already. More than that though, I notice that Lily's hand slightly tightens on my shoulder, interpreting it as a gesture that she wants to talk about something. I speak up. Anything wrong, Lily? I resist the urge to say, aside from our traveling companion, but only just. For a moment, she seems to debate whether she should even bring it up, but goes for it anyway. Is everything alright? Alright, how do you mean? The fact I can't interpret her incredibly vague question puts her off for a second. It's just, you seem unusually tired, I guess. Now that she brings it up, I notice that my breathing is strangely heavy. The uphill walk has really done a job on me. Lily noticed it all too quickly. So for this choice, we need to pick. Sorry, I'm not in very good condition. It's alright, I just need to catch my breath. My condition isn't the best these days. Oh, is it something that is related to you being transferred here, I mean? She cuts herself off rather abruptly, maybe realizing she was being a bit intrusive. Her instincts are sharp though, and while I don't like the subject, it's not like I should lie about it. If it's Lily, I don't think I mind. I'm just a little weak for the time being. Hanako said you look fairly healthy, so I naturally thought. Lily doesn't finish her sentence again, letting it trail off with a measure of concern. As she furrows her brow, Lily's uncomfortable expression spurs me to say at least something to ease her feelings. It's surprising she's this flustered, considering her straightforward attitude with her own blindness. She must know that not all share her own comfort about such things. No, it's okay. I have a pretty, I guess the best way to put it would be messed up heart. Arrhythmia. I had a bad heart attack a while ago because of it. I spent most of the spring in the hospital. Ended in Yamaku on doctor's orders. There's a crawdad in chat if anybody wants it. Oh, I actually don't have it. It's like one of the more common ones. I don't know how I don't have that. She nods her head in acknowledgement. My answer, though, only seems to make Lily furrow her brow even further. She doesn't seem to quite know how to react, given we don't really know each other that well. I can't really fault her for it, given I have the exact same reaction. To my surprise, in a moment's time, her face shows that she's come to some sort of realization. Wait, so the time when Emmy and you collided in the hallway? I grimace slightly. Her ability to connect the dots quite so fast is unexpected. Yeah, I guess I'm a textbook example of why those rules about running in the corridors exist. That was a lot more dry than I intended. Lily visibly shies away from continuing the topic. While I do want to assure her concern, I really don't want to dwell on this either. Don't worry about it. Assuage.
Yeah, that means like ease.
What did I say?
Assure.
I probably just read it wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. Playing a visual novel. I I was just trying to help you. I wasn't trying to be like a grammar Nazi or anything.
Assuage.
Patrick Assuage.
Actually, it's pronounced Aswaji.
No, it's not.
Don't worry about it.
Actually.
I try to offer a reassuring smile, but then I realize the futility. Without knowing this, Lily smiles at me reassuringly, but doesn't say anything further. Arriving at the dorms, Ren stops in front of her mural as if lightning struck her. She had been so quiet for almost all of the walk back that I had all but forgotten she was here. It's your turn.
I know, I had to refresh like twice in a row for some reason.
Oh.
It's Friday, isn't it? Don't you gotta get down on Friday?
Hell no. That freaking song is awful.
I know it is. It's so bad. It is so bad.
That's what happens when your parents have a lot of money and they don't know what to do with. Yes, Friday, the 8th of June.
This is bad.
Bad. Why?
I think I'm going to go in a fetal position and throw up, possibly in reverse order.
Is something wrong?
Nothing is wrong. It's Friday and nothing is wrong yet. This meal, it's going to need to be finished by Sunday. Still, everything's alright. Do you have any drugs? Or a time machine? This is not good. Not good.
So she's behind her schedule. Recalling Shizune's exasperation at Rin's carefree attitude several days ago, I don't know what to think. Yeah, it's barely even had any work done to it. She has let herself open for a toji so unless she can pull off whatever she needs to pull off by Sunday morning. I think you only see the finished mural if you're doing her storyline.
I thought I saw it in Emmys, but it might not have been all the way done.
I don't know if it gets completely finished or not in Emmys. Ren keeps staring at her mural, looking as mortified as she can.
Leave me. I'm going to need to work for a while.
I glance at Lily, expecting her to share an incredulous look with me as I roll my eyes, but then I realize she's not one to do that kind of thing.
Leave me.
What is this, an action movie? Honest. We do, of course, not wanting to aggravate her any more than she already is. There's a churning bad feeling in my gut. Rin sure has a knack of making people feel worried about her. She seems like a person who should never be left alone. Maybe we should call someone? She sounded like she was going into shock or something. I'm sure she'll be just fine. She's just in, how to say... Lily cocks her head a little, trying to find a polite way of calling Rin crazy without calling her crazy. Unique? Yes, a very unique person. I guess you could say that. She giggles at the notion melodiously, nodding in agreement. Sorry about leaving you stranded as you talk to her. I don't really understand her, so I keep my distance. So my guess was right. Lily offers a slight apologetic smile as if she was sorry that her own shortcomings had prevented her from becoming closer to Rin. I'm not one to blame her, at all. Lily lets slip a long breath, probably a disguised yawn. I imagine she's as exhausted by this as I am. Better leave now and give these to Hanako. Thank you for the company, Asao. She smiles very sweetly at me. Feels different than normal, despite the fact that she seems to be smiling so often. I can't put my finger on what the difference is. It's just different. Relaxed, I'd say. But that's probably just relief over getting rid of Ren. Maybe. Yeah, good night. Say hi to Hanako for me. I will. Good night. We need to play Resident Evil 5, dude. I've been wanting to play that lately. That's a fun one, if we could get it to work.
Well, 6 worked really well for us. My buddy tried to play 6 with his friend and it didn't work at all, but we didn't have a problem with 6.
I don't know, because like whenever I tried to play it with my buddy, we had like a lot of issues. And then like,
Did you guys have like mods or anything on?
no.
Okay.
And I changed some of the settings and got it fixed. So we played through the first level, and then the second level it was like all jank, so we couldn't. But maybe it had something to do with his PC or internet too. I don't know.
Could have been. Internet's crazy.
The students roll into class for the Saturday morning session, each and every one of them sporting the tired eyes of people who have worked through the night. With only a day left to prepare, I suppose it's not so surprising. Thankfully, we only have to suffer through classes until the lunch break, and then our time is our own. Mattel lurches into class in a tired stagger. I suppose students aren't the only people here that enjoy their late Friday nights. Without saying a word, he scrawls some page and question numbers on the board and slumps down at his desk. It's completely atypical behavior for him, but it appears that no one in the class is going to call him out on it. Wordlessly, the students shuffle their textbooks into position and get to work. Not wanting to break the trend, I do the same. Fatigue has made the class antisocial. Not a peep is heard among the ruffling papers. That can partially be attributed to the 2 empty seats beside me. What was you about to say?
I do think it's kind of crazy how this is a university for disabled people, but they have to go to school for half a day on Saturday too. Like, damn.
Well, that's how most Asian schools are.
Well, I hope they get like a fucking long summer then.
I don't know if they do or not. But I mean, their education is a lot better than ours, though, to be fair. Usually.
Yeah, that's true.
They care a lot more about their education. That can partially be attributed to the 2 empty seats beside me. For some reason, Misha and Shizune aren't present, probably doing council work for the festival. It's very quiet without Misha present. I wonder if she was born as rowdy as she is, or if she is making up for Shizune's lack of voice. Nakai, can I speak to you for a moment? I'm so engrossed in thinking about Misha that I don't even notice Mutao approaching my desk. Sure, what's this about? It's probably better if we speak outside the classroom. Something about this doesn't sound too good, but I stand up and follow him out into the hallway. Mutao stands in the hallway, scratching his head as he works out what he was trying to say. Not knowing what is going on, I wait silently. So, tell me, how are things? Things? I expected Mutao to be a little vague, but this is pushing the limit. You know, things. You had a week to settle in now, so how are things? Fine, I guess. I see. And how is your condition? The pause before condition seemed a little unnecessary. Haven't had any problems so far. A brief shimmer of relief passes across Mutao's face. Good, that's good. The school nurse was a little concerned that you might have been pushing yourself a bit too hard. He asked me to keep an eye on you when he couldn't. That makes sense. I'd ask that you don't blow us off so freely. As much as we try to give you the level of education that you would get at a normal school, you have to realize that you have limits. Our goal is to make sure that you know that those limits are, and how to maximize your potential within them. Do you follow me? I guess. I mean, I don't plan on doing anything stupid. Well, that's a start, I guess. So then, on to my next question. How are you finding your studies? I understand you were laid up for a while. We're not too far ahead, are we? I don't really think so. I tried to keep up when I was in the hospital, so it hasn't been too hard. Mattel taps his chin and raises an eyebrow as he absorbs this information. Is that so? I suppose there are still students out there who realize the importance of learning. I wouldn't go that far. I was only trying to keep myself occupied in my little life support prison. Well, yeah, you gotta keep up with these things, right? That's exactly it. One wrong move in this world and you're left behind, right? Right. Wouldn't want that to happen. No, you wouldn't. Every week there's a new scientific discovery. Most of them mean nothing to the layperson, but any one of them could be the key to the next big thing. I'll keep that in mind. I don't know if you know this or not, but I think depending on what arc you pick, Hasao picks like a different career choice.
Oh, really? That makes
Yeah.
sense, I guess.
It's kind of cool. It's obvious that Matao's serious talk is over, and he's gone back to his standard, slightly scatterbrained approach to life. I think, in hindsight, that I prefer him this way. He's slightly more predictable in his unpredictability. Well then, I think that's all I really had to say. Let's get back inside, shall we? My relief at that suggestion is insurmountable. Sure, you're the boss, right? Mattel pauses for a moment. I don't think any of my students have ever said that to me before. For an instant, I consider replying to this, but something deep within me tells me to shut my mouth and get back into the classroom. He must not have liked that. A few of the students jump at the sound of the door, rapidly trying to pretend that they are working on the questions on the board. Some don't even bother, their heads slumped on the desk as they nap. Thankfully, it would appear that Mattel doesn't even notice them. He returns to his desk and retrieves a scientific journal from one of the drawers. I guess I got to him there. The class returns to the near silence that Mattel and I left it in before our chat. Mixed feelings of tiredness and anticipation buzz around the room. Everyone here is either waiting for a chance to rest or the chance to get their last-minute preparations underway. The clock on the wall ticks slowly. The remaining class time away. The clock on the wall slowly ticks the remaining class time away until finally the bells cry out, ending the torment. Before you all leave, I expect the answers for those problems by Monday. The class sighs as one, instantly regretting slacking off, still acutely aware of the more pressing issues at hand. The classroom empties in a blink as everyone rushes to their last-minute festival preparations. I stay behind and try to finish the questions so I don't have to bother with it over the rest of the weekend. With the festival and all tomorrow. Apart from me, Hanako is the only one left, obviously waiting for Lily. It's weird that Lily comes all the way to our classroom to pick her up. I expect the moving around is at least nominally harder for her than it is for Hanako. But it's none of my business, and I naturally don't ask about it from Hanako. Despite the relative proximity of our seats, neither trusts to strike up a conversation about that, or anything else either, so an oppressive silence falls upon the classroom. Time passes in silence. It's probably just 15 minutes or so, but it feels longer. I turn pages of my notebook. Hanako turns pages of the novel she's reading. My pencil led splinter against the paper just when I was about to finish a paragraph. The sounds of my irritated sigh and subsequent fumbling around for a sharpener feel like they're breaking the mood in the classroom. Hanako keeps her eyes firmly away from my direction. Before long, Lily's tall figure appears in the doorway. Hanako? Her name is all it takes to make Hanako jump up from her desk and run to Lily. They talk quietly for a moment, but it isn't long before Lily leaves down the hall and Hanako idles back into the classroom, taking her seat once again. I watch Hanako out of the corner of my eye, out of sheer curiosity at the idea that the two would be separated. For a couple of minutes, she does nothing but sit with her chin in her hand, staring at the desk dejectedly. There's a wild cleaver in chat if anybody would like to catch it. I don't even know what that is. I'm guessing it looks like a meat cleaver or something. The boredom evidently becomes too much for her though. her slender frame reaching into her bag and pulling out a small book. Come to think of it, that isn't the one I saw her reading at the library. She must be quite a fast reader to get through them at this rate. But why would Lily leave her to her own devices? It seems to be quite out of the ordinary, going by Hanako's reaction. Ah, that's right. I think Lily mentioned something about going into town today before Ren bumped into us. The thought of that walk makes me look outside. The bright sun and occasional people wandering around and enjoying the afternoon makes me yearn to get out of the school, or at least do something other than sit here. Giving in to one of my worst vices, procrastination, I decide that history is a subject best studied on a Sunday, or a Monday, or on any other day than this one. I give a grunt as I lever myself out of my seat, briefly debating with myself whether or not to hang out with Kenji. Why would you even consider that? Oh.
Hey man, give me $10. I need a soda.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I can pay you back in graphs, right? I think I have a magazine somewhere. He doesn't strike me as enjoying the nice weather outside with
Oh,
others.
I got a shiny
Person, really.
Cleavor.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you've been getting
I
lucky
keep
with
these
those
shinies.
lately.
Yeah, I have been. I don't know why. I'm not doing anything crazy.
Just good luck, I guess.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't.
have bad luck in real life, but really good luck in Pokemon community game on Twitch. So it's a fair trade. You know?
I guess. I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
He doesn't strike me as the enjoying the nice weather outside with others kind of person, really. I guess I'll catch up with him later. Changing tactics, I briefly entertained the idea of talking with Hanako, but by the time I look at her seat, it's vacant. She must have left for the library. There's gotta be something to do that can kill the time. Let's see, for this we need to go to the library, and this will be our last choice of Act 1. There will be an ad in a little over 2 minutes, FYI to everybody. The library seems like as good as a place to go as any. Hanako looked as if she was taken pretty off guard by Lily leaving, so she might want someone to talk to. Slinging my bag over my shoulder, I make my way out of the classroom. I walk down the hallway to the library, past a multitude of closed doors. Through each one of the sounds of furious rehearsal can be heard. Through each one, the sound of furious rehearsal can be heard. Rock music blares out of one door, almost as loud as a concert. I'm sure that's not the case.
No way. They wouldn't have those big ass hands.
No. I guess that's one of the advantages of a private school. There are actually enough rooms to go around at a time like this. And when I think about it, the grounds and buildings of the school are kept in pretty good condition. They can't be too cheap. I've heard that this place has some pretty serious benefactors. The walls of the library only partially insulate the noise of the festival preparations, but they are the only noises to be heard. Not a soul stirs here, with everyone apparently enjoying the weather outside or working on festival events. Yuko isn't here either. Maybe she doesn't work on Saturdays. I quietly walk through the library, now fairly familiar with its layout. I head to the back where Hanako's private little corner is. I run my hand along the spines of the books on the way through, feeling the individual texture of each one as I glance across the titles. I used to do this all the time at the library at the hospital. Some things never change, I guess. Like the smell of a library. No matter how much care you take, the paper in books is always going to degrade with time. Probably, no matter which library you go into, anywhere in the world, it must have that same musty smell.
I believe
Hey.
this is the day. Oh, sorry.
You're all good. How's it going, Dawn? Visual novel enjoyer? Yes. I am
I
indeed.
believe this is the day on Lily's route where you meet her sister in the cafe, and that's why the librarian's not here, right?
I don't know. It might be different with this one since we're doing Hanako's route.
No, I'm saying like that would match up for the day because it's Saturday, and then Lily said she was going into town to relax before the festival.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
if you're doing,
Yeah, you might be right.
I think so. That's what I remember, at least.
You used to read a lot of visual novels back in the day? Thanks for the shout out, of course. We do have ads about to start, FYI. You came in right when they were about to start. But yeah, I have a lot of visual novels I need to get through, so I was like, let me just start reading them on stream. Some of them. That way I can actually get through them. I find something that looks light enough to read without any major thought involved and look for Hanako in the reading area. Once again, she's sitting on a beanbag with her back to a bookshelf, reading the same book she had in the classroom. She's slowly making her way through the pages. Unlike last time I saw her here, I quietly take a seat in a beanbag. The noise is enough to catch her attention, but not startle her. This delicate routine that must be followed each and every time I try to talk to her almost feels like hunting game. Is that the same book as before? Yes, I'm almost finished. Cool. I wonder if I should. Do you mind if I borrow it when you're finished? My mouth is faster than my mind, it seems. Sure, you may not like it, but I'm sure it can't be that bad. After all, you've stuck with it, haven't you? I guess. I settled into my beanbag and set about reading my own book that had been buried in my bag. It's a light novel about pirates. To be honest, I'm barely skimming over the words, having chosen the book merely because it belongs to a different genre than I usually read. Finding it hard to muster enough enthusiasm to finish the book, and noting that I've inadvertently distracted Hanako quite a bit, I decided to try and make conversation. So, I see Lily left without you? She nods before taking her eyes off her book. She must have been really into it after all. Lily said she had to go and meet someone. Oh? Akira, her sister. Yeah, she's going to the cafe to meet her sister. Sister? I haven't heard her talk about her family. She and Akira used to live together. I thought all the students lived in the dorms. We don't have to. But it's easier, right? I mean, there's food here and you're close to school. I don't think I've ever been to class on time so often in my life. Her badly hidden smile proves quite rewarding. In the back of my mind, I know I have a bit of homework to catch up on, but it's quite comfortable in here. No one can find me and force me into working for their pet project either. Though now that I'm thinking about the festival, another question comes up. Hey Hanako, what are you doing for the festival? For a split second, I think that Hanako is about to throw her book in the air from shock. Sorry? I was just asking what you're doing for the festival tomorrow. Anything planned? I don't know. Hanako answers in the way that people do when they don't want you to ask any more questions. I take it large crowds and loud music aren't really her thing. Oh, okay. Change the subject. So what's Lily's sister like? She's nice. She's pretty like Lily, but she dresses businesslike. Businesslike? She's always wearing a suit. Ah, I see. And that makes her less pretty somehow? Hanako gives an embarrassed shake of her head. No, just different. Welcome back from ads. I'll admit it, this has got me intrigued. To hear Hanako talk about someone other than Lily is a first, and to be complimentary about it too. But as I try to picture this mysterious sister, all I can think of is Lily in a suit. And I can't imagine that not being attractive, not at all. Well, one day you'll have to introduce me to her. Okay. Our brief conversation ends as abruptly as it started, and we both return to our novels. The passage of time is marked only by the gradual movement of the patch of light cast through the window. Slowly, the noises from the various rehearsals in the building fade out and die as students start to get hungry and tired. Just thinking about that makes my stomach start to turn knots around itself. I think it's time to head back. Do you think Lily would be back by now? I think I might head back to my dorm. I'm pretty tired from this week. And not a word of that is a lie. Moving to a new school as it ramps up for major event has been taxing, to say the least. I can feel myself nodding off as I read my book. Okay, I might stay here a little longer. Looking at Hanako's book, I can see that she is only a few pages away from completing it. For a moment, I consider hanging out until she finishes, but once again my stomach turns, emitting a gurgling sound. Sure thing. Well, I'm going to head off before it gets dark. I'll see you around, okay? Okay, see you, Hasao. Later. Hasao? Thank you for hanging out with me. I can see how hard it was for her to get that simple sentence out of her mouth. It leaves me hanging for a moment. So, there is someone in this school who is even lonelier than me. Maybe lonely is the wrong word. I haven't been lacking company for this first week, but I've still managed to feel somewhat alone and detached. Maybe lonely is the wrong word for Hanako too. She has Lily after all, doesn't she? I realize I've been standing here far too long without answering, and pull off a flawless, not too exaggerated smile. You're welcome. Good night, Hanako. Night. I leave her to finish her book and head back to the dorms, and the promise of food. Oh, I thought we was about to see your boy. Hey man, can I have $20 for a slice of pizza? The next day, I wake up feeling a little lightheaded. It's almost noon already. Sleeping late is fine since it's a Sunday, and there are no classes. Not just a Sunday though, but the festival as well. From my window, I can already see some people at the soba booth slinging noodles onto plates for people with a craving for low-quality food. I throw back a handful of my morning meds and ponder how to spend the day. There will be a few exams in the coming week, but I don't consider these as ominous as others, so I'm not as worried about them as I probably should be. With no urgent obligations regarding education, I should be free to spend the day at the festival as I like. Finishing my morning routine, I exit into the hallway, intending to go out and find something to eat. Passing by his door, I decide to see what Kenji's up to today out of impulse. I'm curious.
Here we go.
Yeah, your boy. I'm curious if he has any plans, since everyone is doing something. Then again, I can picture him having built a soundproof shelter in his room. Jesus, hiccups go away. Gosh. Or possibly something like a fort, complete with no girls allowed sign. And with the girls crossed out and the body crudely scrawled underneath it. Knocking on his door, which is luckily devoid of any kind of sign, I hear again the unsettling clicking of at least 10 locks being pulled back. The door opens up a crack. That sounds like you. Freaking 10 locks on your door.
No, I don't do that.
Who is it?
You're supposed to ask that before you open the door.
Oh, it's you. Damn, it's early.
It's not really that early.
What is it, man?
Nothing. Was just gonna ask what you're gonna do today. Half the school is out there already.
Out where? Why?
This freaking crazy face right here.
That's why I said that the way I said it.
What?
What? Is today special? Why are they there? Who are? I can hear them. It's loud. Don't tell me. Has the invasion begun?
He suddenly looks more alarmed.
What day is it, man?
Yeah, I guess you can't see the big wooden booths outside and people selling stuff.
What the hell? Talking about. I have my curtains closed at all times to thwart the snipers.
I'm sure there's a lot. It's the festival. You know that, right?
Ah, shit! That's today? Ah, damn. Ah, damn. Damn it! I can't believe I forgot. I don't have my fort finished yet. This is bad. This is going to be a very bad day. It's good you told me this, man. This is going to be a bad day.
Why?
Oh man, they're gonna be everywhere. The people outside my window. Socializing.
That sounds like me. Keep them away. I don't want to socialize. Kenji rubs his temples nervously, suddenly looking very ill.
It's gonna be loud as hell. Damn, and I was gonna go out today, but now it's ruined. Everything is ruined. This is awful. This sucks. This sucks! What the hell? This really sucks. I can't go anywhere now. There's nowhere to run.
Dude's so freaking unhinged. You know why he's so crazy? It's because he never sleeps. That's why. Kenji seems nervous. You could even say he's majorly freaking out.
Why he's so fun to voice act?
Yeah.
I can't believe this. So that's what today was. Damn, and I couldn't even prepare for it.
Could've.
I couldn't even brace myself, and now it's here and I can't do anything. You should have told me this earlier, dude. I mean, at least. I know, but I could have known earlier. Imagine what I could have accomplished.
Sorry, I thought you knew. So I guess you're not going to do anything today. The weather is even good. Yesterday was really windy, so I thought today would be cold. It's not though, so there's no reason to just stay inside. Yeah, you should check the festival out. Kenji groans and covers his face with his hands.
No! I can't do it. They'll eat me alive out there. I know it. There's girls there.
Yeah, that's his weakness. That has to be a joke, but he said it with such a straight face, relatively straight.
What are you going to do? We should hang out in here. You can help me build my fort. Tonight, fortnight, we might still make it if we work together.
I feel like his room smells like very bad BO.
Smells like onions that
Yeah.
are expired.
And garlic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty hungry, so I thought I'd get some food first, and then check out the attractions. Your class
Annie's the only attraction that I see.
Is she? I'm trying to think. I don't think you see her at the festival unless you're doing her arc, I think.
You do. You like get food with her, I think, in her art.
Your class project seemed pretty cool, and I gave a hand with it, so I want to see it at least that one, and chat with Lily, I guess. Speaking of that, don't you have any obligation for the project?
Are you out of your mind? That blind rod is up to no good. I can feel it in my spleen, man. Her presence is like a dark shadow that's in the way of my great vision.
And dude's so full of crap.
As expected of blind people.
Oh my god. He's almost all the way blind? What?
Yeah, so he's allowed to say that.
What? Besides, I thought that you were also... He holds up his hand to interrupt me.
Only legally. Metaphorically, I can see further than any man before he has seen. I have the best. I can see really super duper far, actually.
Can't see nothing with those thick lenses he's got. Kenji looks stoically into the metaphorical distance to emphasize his statement, thrusting his chin forward to look manlier. Actually, it's just a corridor wall 2 meters away, but it's all the same. I think if I remember right, I don't remember which arc it is, but the arc where you see him take off his glasses, I think he has like some facial, like a little bit of facial hair, but in his other sprites you don't see it, which I think is kind of weird. I think he has like a little bit of hair on his chin or something like that.
I can see the future of mankind, and it's a dark one, unless the threat of women is stifled.
Jesus.
They are everywhere, and Red Dead Redemption 2 wanted to give them the right to vote. Can you believe that, man?
Yeah, if you donate just $20, it'll set them on their way. That's all they need. He fingers his scarf nervously, faster and faster, like he's trying to start a fire. Slowly begins to calm down once the panic attack finishes running its course.
I'm gonna have to find a place to hide in, a safe haven, and then knock the lights out of myself so that I don't have to experience this horrible day.
We'll do it.
I have the perfect thing for that. I must prepare now.
He's talking about his whiskey.
Don't go to the festival.
Okay.
Later, dude.
Now you're talking like Triple H. I am the game, and I have. The door slowly closes with a low creak. I don't know how to feel about what Kenji just said. After buying a plastic plate of takoyaki from a stall belonging to the class next to ours, I take a seat in the school gardens and watch people pass as I tentatively nibble away the rather bland-tasting item. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's better than nothing, and it didn't cost much. As I look out towards the school, watching the people coming and going proves a surprisingly entertaining way of passing the time as I eat. Little children accompanied by parents or grandparents scamper about in the dim from event to event, one hand dragging their company and the other bearing an oversized, colorful snack. I can't help but notice the age range among the people here is skewed towards the elderly, something that I also noticed when I was walking around town. This must be one of those towns where the only people left are those that lived here their whole lives and ardently refused to leave, and those wanting to live about the rest of their days in one of the increasingly few tranquil places. I guess that also goes away to explaining how conservative Yamaku's school culture seems to be. Not that I mind one bit. Kinda like how calm Yamaku and its surroundings are. The heat, though, is another matter entirely. Sitting in one place for so long has focused my mind on how annoyingly humid it is getting. now that the hottest part of the day is here. I better get going if I... Gah! The sound of the Carillion bells takes me completely by surprise as I stand up, a reaction shared by a few of the people strolling around as well. The PA system crackles to life after the tolling bells end. Its age shows as the principal makes a barely intelligible announcement over it, officially opening the festival that's very much in full swing. It's quite amusing to contrast the pleasant smiles of the older folk against the alternately pained and bored grimaces of their younger charges. Students, on the other hand, seem to pay it little heed. Nevertheless, as the elderly finally leaves... Nevertheless, as the address finally ends, all are united in polite, if not overtly enthusiastic applause, and then get back to business. Slipping a hand in my pocket to look as relaxed as possible, I casually glance around for something to do. It's somewhat difficult to see very far with all the people around. I decide to fall back on a tried and trusted rule. Go where everyone else seems to be gathering. Right now, that's the school courtyard and surroundings. Throwing the used plate into a trash can, I make my way towards the school building. Seeing the number of stalls around the perimeter of the school building surprises me. Quite a few of the classes must have opted to have multiple stalls. In deciding which to visit first, I catch sight of a familiar banner with a blue pattern border and red text. Lily's stall is as good a place to start as any. I'm curious as to how it's going. After all, of the work she and her class have been doing for it. It does look quite nice. It looks like it's shaved ice or something. And then they got some corn dogs right here. Stepping up to it, I begin to see why the class took so long to organize everything. Last time we went to the fair, the food was really good. I remember I had got a like a jalapeno corn dog that had jalapenos baked into it, and it was really good.
Damn, that sounds good. That does sound good.
The food is like my favorite part about fairs.
I haven't been to a fair in a long time, but yeah, me too. I don't care about the rides or anything. I do like those ones, I don't know if they still do it, but where they like give you like the shitty little rug and you go down a slide. I like that as a kid.
They do that sometimes, but you don't see them too often anymore.
Yeah, I figured not.
I haven't seen it in, it's probably been about 5 years. Easily twice as wide as many of the other stalls, and with equipment for cooking strewn everywhere, it's closer to an outdoor restaurant than a festival event. As the student in front of me takes a bowl of noodles and leaves, I walk up to the counter. The girl behind it seems quite exasperated and asks me to wait a moment before she disappears underneath the counter. Seizing the moment, I take a quick glance around. Steam seems to be rising from everywhere as pots and pans simmer away. The most blind of the students are unpacking ingredients while being helped by someone who is probably the teacher of 3-2. It doesn't take long to notice Lily among them, talking with the teacher as she quickly counts out the boxes and packets with her fingers. From her expression and the fact that both she and the teacher seem to be in a state of mild confusion, it appears that there's been some problem in coordination. Before I can stare any longer, the girl behind the counter pops up again, only to look back and ask where the spare change box is. Lily pauses for a moment, before she and the girl switch places at the counter, and the teacher quickly walks off somewhere. The teacher's given up. Sorry about that. We're having a few problems. What would you like? It takes me a second to remember what I'd come here for. I as quickly dart to the side to read the menu sitting on the counter. Oh, I guess some miso soup? Ah, is that Sal? Yep, looks like you're pretty busy. Her face all but confirms it as she drops her waitress facade. Somewhere along the line, our order got mixed up. We're trying to fix it now, but it looks like we only got half of what we needed. Wouldn't serving smaller portions cover over the problem? It seems like that's what we'll have to do, though I wish we didn't. The fact that a good half of our class is gone doesn't help either. I glance behind her to see how many people are actually operating the stall. It couldn't be over about 8. I take it that's why your teacher left? That's right, she's going to try and round up a few more of our classmates to help. Hearing the sound of footsteps behind me, I stealthily glance backwards to see an elderly couple taking a place in line. I guess I'd better stop loitering around and chatting. Here's the money for the soup. Soup. Oh right, coming right up. Lily turns and calls for a bowl of miso soup as I hand over the money for it. Taking the coins in her palm, I can't help but notice how efficiently she counts them with her long pale fingers. Eventually satisfied that I've handed over correct change, she puts it into a small metal tray. It isn't long before the soup is made and carefully handed to her, after which she turns and subsequently passes it to me. Thanks, I'll come back and drop off the bowl. Thank you, Sal. Oh, and there's one other thing. Have you seen Hanako? Hanako. No, not today. Why? She gives a small sigh of abject disappointment. Okay, I was just wondering what she was doing for the festival. You'll come back when you're done then? Sure, I'll keep an eye out for Hanako too. Thank you, Asao. I walk off from the stall and find a seat, carefully cradling the steaming wooden bowl in both hands. Compared to the dumplings from before, this is quite nice. A little cool compared to what it probably should be, perhaps, but the flavor is enough to cover for that reasonably well. As I drink, I can't help but feel somewhat guilty for not being as involved in the festival as others. It can't really be helped, considering I was dropped into the school only a week ago, but it still weighs heavily on my mind. That and the fact that a few students don't really seem to be enjoying the festival as much as the visitors. Eventually I finish my bowl and leave for the stall to drop it off. Considering that there seems to be no one in line, I take my time walking up. It seems the teacher's mission paid off. There are now over a dozen students helping, and much of the unpacking has been done. Despite most of them seeming quite relaxed as they work, Lily still appears to be somewhat stressed. Lily doesn't look impressed at all, and I can't really blame her. On top of her issues with her stall, she still seems to be worried about Hanako. I can't really help her with the former, so I guess the only way I can help is by trying to take her mind off of our shy mutual friend. Placing the bowl back on the counter, I call out to Lily. Hey Lily, don't worry about Hanako. I'll go find her and hang out with her, okay? I can see Lily's relief plainly written across her face. Thanks, Asao, and if you see anyone from my class, can you tell them to come back here, please? Will do. Have a good one, and make sure you take a break, okay? I will if I can. See you later, Asao. I leave Lily in the stall and head out in search of Hanako. In a way, I feel bad for leaving her with the crowds, but even though she was clearly under pressure, I can't help but think that she is enjoying herself. The halls are packed with swaying clouds meandering throughout the festival. Jesus. Let me read that sentence. The halls are packed with swaying crowds meandering throughout the festival. If there's one thing I know about Hanako, it's that she's not going to be anywhere near this. And with the students showing their friends and family their dorms, I doubt she'll be there either. Following blind intuition, I move against the grain of the crowd. Thankfully, this crowd seems to be slightly less festive than your usual festival crowd. I assume this is out of consideration for the student body. Hey Topher, what's up, buddy? How's it going? As I force my way through the masses, it doesn't take long for them to thin down into nothingness. This is not surprising, since I am standing before the library. Even the most eager of students doesn't bother to show anyone this section of the school. As I enter the library, the noise of the festival fades into a dull background noise, and soon I am in the reading area at the rear of the room. Jesus, I'm struggling now. Behind one of the partition desks, I see the top of a head, with straight, dark hair catching my eye. Hey Hanako, I had a feeling I'd find you here. The head jumps a little in shock before slowly peeping over the partition. Sal? Hey, Lily's pretty busy, so she sent me to find you. Oh, do you want to sit down? Actually, I'm feeling a little hungry. Would you like to get something to eat from one of the stalls? I brought some food, so... I shouldn't be surprised, but it was worth a try. Expecting her to go outside today was a long shot. How about we eat in the tea room? I passed by it on the way here, and no one was around. We could make some food there, and it would be a little more comfortable. What do you say? Sure, let's go. Hanako closes her book and puts it away with deliberate practice movements. Good to go? Yeah. We walk side by side from the library to the tea room. As expected, there's barely a soul around. If it weren't for the numerous further murmurs through the walls, you wouldn't tell that there was a huge festival going on outside. Hanako carries her bag in both hands and focuses on just the floor ahead of her. Every now and again, she seems to break her pace a little and steps into slightly shorter paces. The first time it happened, I gave it no mind, but I soon noticed that she does it on a regular basis. Are you alright? She stops dead in her tracks. What? I don't know. It looks like you were tripping or something. A pink blush rises into her cheeks as her gaze returns to the floor. It's nothing. You know, when you say it's nothing like that, people are inspired to ask further questions. For a second, I don't think she's going to answer. Prepared to leave it be, I almost set off walking again when... It's a game. Game? Do you
Fortnite.
See the floor here? Horrible game.
Yeah, it is.
What a bizarre question. The floor looks just like any other floor, covered in those tiles made up from squares of linoleum. Nothing noteworthy. Well, yes, what about it? Sometimes, when there's no one around, I only step on the darker ones. Hanako's voice trails off as her explanation continues, until I can barely hear her voice over the roaring silence of the empty hall. The darker ones? Shuffling her feet, Hanako points the toe of her shoe at a tile that is barely a shade darker than the others. Like these ones. Oh right, so these ones are no good? I point out a nearby tile. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I see. Do you play this game a lot? Hanako shakes her head. Just when the halls are empty? She nods. Well then, no point in stopping. I'm beginning to get really hungry. She nods again, this time with a little more enthusiasm. Well then, let's go. She sets off down the hall, and this time I notice that Hanako is paying a little less attention to the floor. I wonder, just how lonely does someone have to be to come up with a game like that? But before I realize what I'm doing, I find myself trying to aim each step so that it lands on the correct tiles. The noise of the festival is slightly louder inside the tea room, but the breeze coming through the open window makes it noteworthy. Makes it worth it. I don't know how I got noteworthy from that. Without thinking, I walk to the windowsill and inhale deeply. I sometimes forget how clean the air is here compared to back home. Would you like some tea? That would be great, thanks. It occurs to me that this is the first time I've been alone with Hanako, without her trying to be somewhere else. Turning from the window, I watch as she makes a simple pot of tea and arranges some sandwiches onto a plate. I've seen her do this before a number of times, but this time she seems slightly different. It's like she's calm. Eventually, she places the small tray on the table and pours 2 cups of tea. The fresh scent of brewed tea mingles with the breeze. For a second, I feel like I'm the only one in the world. I think I know why you like this room now. I don't know what you mean. Well, there are quite a few people out there, but in here it's like another world. You can pretend that there is no one around for miles. You're right. It's like the world has forgotten this room. And because of that, you can forget about the outside. That would be appealing in some cases. As far as I can tell, conventional bullying doesn't exist in this school. But then again, I haven't seen a single person talk to Hanako besides Lily. If you're ignored by the world, a place where you can forget its existence would hold a special appeal. That's a good point. It's like this room gives you some kind of complete freedom. Yeah. Say, do you play chess? Chess? I've played it a bit, I guess. I take it you've played before? A little. Without saying anything more, Hanako moves to one of the cupboards and digs out a small chess set. Do you want? Sure, why not? I cut her off, but she doesn't seem to mind it. We arrange the pieces, and before long we are sending pawns charging to their inevitable fates. I take my time and intently examine each move and its consequences. Nostalgia for the game taking place, second place to the matters at hand. I think this is the most zoomed in picture of her as shown so far. Or the closest, I should say.
I think we've seen the same one before. Like when you first meet her and he's like talking about, oh, now I notice her scars.
Maybe, yeah. For a time, the game is a lengthy battle of attrition, but I spot an opening and entire line in her defense. A few moves later, her king is cornered by several of my pieces. Checkmate. You're not bad at this, are you? An honest appraisal, her technique is pretty good, but several times I was able to exploit her lack of prediction. I pick up a piece and examine it. It looks relatively new, yet worn for its age. I guess not. Does Lily play? The absence of Hanako's answer causes me to think about my question. A bit. This is the first time I've played against someone other than her, or... She cuts herself off abruptly, leaving the answer hanging in the air. Someone she knew before coming to Yamaku, maybe. Well then, I'm honored to have played against you. Can we play again? She asks as if she were asking me to cut off my own hands. The spirit of competition's gotten into her. Sure, though don't expect me to go easy on you this time. Not that I was before mind. She seems to appreciate the competitive tone. Same here. As we are setting up the pieces, there is a noise at the door. Good afternoon. Lily. Oh, hey there, Lily. Are you finished? You both are here? Wonderful. At any rate, our teacher managed to round up some extra help, so I was able to leave. Have you been here since you left? Oh, I need to catch that. That Pokemon. There's a Sliggoo in chat if anybody wants it. Pretty much. We've just been playing a bit of chess. Would you like a cup of tea? Actually, I think it may be a good idea to go outside for a little while. The instant drop in Hanako's face shows her objection to this plan, even though she says nothing. I feel strangely compelled to voice what is plainly in view on her face, but Lily can't see. I kinda think that we should just stay here. Really? It's so crowded here that I was thinking we should leave the school and head for the local tea house. You mean the Shanghai? Of course. With everyone at the festival, it should be practically empty. Tea house? Oh, that's right. You probably don't know about it. There's a tea house not far from here, which we go to every so often. Sounds like a plan. Hanako, what do you think? Hanako jumps a little at being forced into the conversation, but at least she seems less distraught than before. If it's the Shanghai, I think it'll be nice. Well then, it's settled. Let's be on our way. Hanako and I rise from the table in our preempted chess game. Before I can do anything, Hanako has poured the pieces into a small container and placed the board away. Looks like we're ready now. Please lead on. Hanako moves to Lily's side, and we venture into the school's corridors. The pair leads me through a series of unfamiliar doors, and we emerge on the side of the building opposite of the festival grounds. Insulated by the heavy stone of the building, the noise from the crowd has faded to a murmur. Strange. I thought that most people would be beginning to leave by now. They're probably here to view the fireworks. Fireworks? Yes. Apparently the school puts on quite a show. A lot of people come from town just to watch them. Lily's decision to leave the school grounds seems to make sense now. Hanako would probably have a hard time with the whole town descending onto the school, or ascending as the case may be. For the second time since arriving at Yamaku, I find myself walking down this road with Lily. Only now that I can barely hear the incessant noise of the festival, do I realize how loud it was. I can hear my ears ringing slightly in the still evening air as they recover from the day's assault on them. Hanako clings to Lily, but still manages to guide her along the road. That, and avoiding the occasional gaze from curious pedestrians, appears to completely sap her constitution. She rarely raises her focus from the ground in front of her, nor does she utter a word. Lily, on the other hand, maintains her prim and proper persona, just as she does in school. It's obvious she purposely puts effort into her appearance, rather than hiding it as Hanako does. It's striking how different they are in their way of holding themselves outside of Yamaku's grounds. That said, it's obvious in both their cases that they do visibly change. I am back.
You should be sorry.
I am. I'm very sorry. Wait a minute, what did I do? Oh, okay.
More sorry.
No. Inside Yamaku, everyone is special, which negates the specialness of it. But once we venture outside the school gates, we are returned to the status of outsider and generic labels. Especially when we are still in school uniform. It's like a sign hanging around your neck, challenging people to figure out what is wrong with you. I'm surprised that so many of the students keep it on. Then again, with canes and wheelchairs common among the students, I guess it's not really that much of a giveaway. Or maybe I'm the only one that sees this as a stigma. Maybe you get used to it after a time, like any other school uniform. The tea house seems fairly standard from the outside, just an ordinary building with typical signs decorating the entrance. It looks like the type of place you'd walk by without a thought, just another generic cafe in a sea of thousands. If Hanako hadn't steered Lily into the entrance, I would have continued on down the road without ever knowing that it existed. Inside the tea house, it takes on more of a traditional feel. Everything seems to have been made from the same lump of timber, from the counter and benches to the high-backed booths around the walls. But the most striking feature of the room is the lack of life. I think I can faintly hear something bubbling away in the background, but otherwise the room is silent. Without any direction, we simply wait near the entrance, politely obeying the "please wait to be seated" sign. Is this place closed or something? The sound of a chair falling over echoes throughout the empty room, and a head shoots up from inside a booth. I wasn't asleep and welcome to the Shanghai. Yuko, dressed in a pastel apron and clutching a menu, rushes to greet us. Her misaligned glasses and ruffled hair cast suspicion on her previous statement. But whether she was asleep or not isn't the first question that leaps into my mind. You work here now? What happened to the library? What? Lily? Asao? Welcome to the Shanghai. Yuko, still waking up, jerks into a violent bow, dislodging her glasses in the process. Ugh, my glasses. As I pick up her spectacles off the floor, Lily offers an explanation. Yuko works here part-time as well as at the library. It's one of the reasons we like to come here. Yuko takes her glasses from my hands, shakily putting them back on. Yes, that's right. Thanks. Shall I show you to your table? There's no one else here, so you can choose your table and order whatever you like, but there may be a delay as I will have to make it myself. It's alright, Yuko. Just a pot of black tea and a plate of sandwiches will be fine. Right, I'll get right onto that. Yuko hurries off to the back of the cafe, leaving us still standing at the entrance. She pushes the swinging half doors open before realizing she hasn't seated us. I'm sorry. Please sit wherever you'd like. I'll be right back. Following her advice, I lead Lily to the nearest booth as Hanako follows. As I begin to sit next to Lily, I realize how appropriate this place is for Hanako. The high-backed booths totally separate you from the rest of the room, and it doesn't look like it gets all that many customers. All the furnishings, from the cushions on the benches to the condiment holders, look dated but aren't overly worn. I wonder if Lily deliberately selects places like this to take Hanako. She seems like the type that would go to lengths to cater to Hanako's unique predicament. So, Hisao, I didn't know you played chess. Well, not very well, but I did know how to play. I suppose the obvious question would be now, who won? Lily's innocent smile makes me hesitate. I don't really want to look like I'm lording my victory over Hanako. Hisao did. Yes, but not by much. Damn. Saying that out loud makes me feel like I've done something terrible. Well done, Hisao. You've accomplished something I've only ever failed at. Thanks. I haven't played in ages, so it felt good to play again. Yes, it did. Hanako fidgets with her hair a little and looks away as she replies, but a small smile emerges. It's a little more extreme of a reaction than I expected, but still kind of cute in that Hanako way. It throws me a little off guard, and only Yuko's cataclysmic re-entry shocks me back into conversation. Are you alright there, Yuko? Do you need a hand? I'm fine. I have to do this properly, it's my job. Concentration plays across her face while she stares at the tray in her hands, as if simply looking at its contents will hold them in place. Sadly, this doesn't prove all that effective. The cups and saucers slowly dance around, occasionally clattering as they collide with one another. Excuse me. Taking great care, Yuko sets the tray down on the table with only the subtlest of crashes. There, see? Well done? Thank you, Yuko. Yuko's head rockets downward in her distinctive bow before answering. You're very welcome. Would you like to join us? There's something else I'd like to discuss about that recent order, if I may. Oh, that's right. Lily and Yuko were discussing a pile of books when I first met Hanako. Something about Lily helping with the braille. Yes. We didn't get the chance to go through them, did we? Yuko hastily sits down next to Hanako. Apparently, her dedication to this job only goes as far as her concentration. Once it is broken, she suddenly loses it. I'll be in the library tomorrow afternoon if you'd like to try again. That sounds perfect. I'll meet you there after classes. Lily? Oh dear, that's right. Tomorrow is Monday. How could I have forgotten? I'm starting to feel a little left out of the loop here. Then again, that's to be expected. I've been here for barely a week, so it's impossible to know everyone's schedule. Well, perhaps we could come to some other arrangement. Yuko, will you be in the library later in the week? Maybe, but this is already overdue. And there are some things I need. This might be a problem. Lily ponders for a second before discovering the answer. I wonder, might we be able to enlist the help of another if need be? To do what? You lost me quite some time ago. Being volunteered for something without even having the slightest idea what is going on isn't really my thing. And here I thought I had finally escaped the clutches of the student council and their repeated attempts to recruit me. Oh, of course. The other day I was helping Yuko sort the new Braille books in the library. But Hanako and I usually go shopping on Monday afternoons. It's quieter on that day than on weekends. Last week we couldn't go because I was busy with the festival. I managed to slip away later in the week, but Hanako couldn't make it. Well, since I can't read Braille, I'm assuming you'd like me to go shopping with Hanako? Correct. You were a great help to me the other day. I think I can handle that. Hanako, what do you think? If you wouldn't mind. Of course not. I'm still not familiar with all the stores in the area, so it sounds like a good idea. Okay. Now that we have that arranged, shall we have some tea? It's now that I realize our tea has been sitting idly by all this time, getting no hotter. It's my fault. Let me pour that for you. Yuko reaches out with shaking hands, but I intercept her. She looks in no state to be handling hot liquids. It's alright, I've got it. Since you already made the tea and sandwiches, you fulfilled your waitress duties, right? I guess. Yuko relaxes a little, but still watches eagerly as I share out the assortment. As I am about to bite into the sandwich, a low, loud rumble can be heard, along with a flash of light from outside. I take it the show has started. Only now, looking outside, I realize that dusk has come and gone, leaving us in the peak of twilight. Sparking tracers arc upwards, ready to explode in the floral shape of fireworks. Let's go watch. Oh, sorry, Lily. Please, don't miss the show on my account. From what I've heard, this isn't a bad location to watch them from. With the acceptation of Lily, we rush to the window of the small tea house to watch the show. The strobe of colored lights plays across Hanako and Yuko's smiling faces. For a second, I forget to look out of the window. In this totally new world, there are a few things that don't change. I think that's why the school makes such a fuss over this festival. It's a chance to show the similarities between everyone. The show is over all too quickly. Fireworks are expensive, even for the most well-funded schools. Before we return to our tea and sandwiches, Hanako turns to me. Thanks for today. And tomorrow. That's okay. I don't think that I could have faced these crowds either. On days like this, it's more relaxing to spend some time away from everyone, don't you think? Yeah. Anyway, we've been delaying this tea for far too long now. Let's get back. Sure. We return to the booth and our light meal. That sounded impressive. Bigger than last year's at least. Yeah, it was great. I've never seen them put on such a show. It gets better every year. I'm afraid, however, that during that time, the tea has gone quite cold. Oh no! Let me make some more. This is my fault. Calm down, Yuko. It's nobody's fault. I take a sip from my cup just to prove the point. This tea isn't too bad cool anyway. It's like an iced tea. Really? Yes, really. If you add a bit of sugar, it's kind of nice. Are you sure? I'm positive. Now why don't you sit down and we'll finish this together? Okay. Yuko doesn't seem convinced, but sits down regardless. She carefully measures out about 5 teaspoons of sugar and adds them to her tea. I said a bit of sugar. I know, but I like my tea sweet anyways. Curiously, I peer into her cup. As expected, hardly any of the sugar dissolves in the cold liquid. She stirs it twice before upturning the cup and drinking the contents, sugar and all, in a single mouthful. You're right, that's not bad at all. Good. I look back to Lily and Hanako, both of whom have finished their meal as I witness Yuko's personality in action. Not wanting to hold anyone up, I use her tactic and finish the remainder of my tea in a single swill. Well then, it seems we're all finished. Should we head back now, or do we want seconds? Yuko's expression shows that it is quite clearly not a good idea. I think that it would be for the best if we got back soon. We do have to get back before curfew after all. Oh, that is a good point. I'll meet you tomorrow, Yuko. I'll be looking forward to it, Lily. Goodbye, everyone. We make our way out of the small tea house and into the dark of the night. Lily and Hanako once again take point. Under the cover of darkness, Hanako seems slightly less stressed than she did on the trip here. We move against the occasional group of people emptying the school grounds. Hanako seems to lead us along a few minor roads, avoiding the bulk of the crowds. Outside the dorms, the school seems strangely quiet when compared to the noise of the day. You see, here's Ren's mural, but she didn't get to finish it. There's still some white spaces all in between it, and looks like this part wasn't painted fully.
That's your fault, probably.
Nah,
Probably.
it's the Sal's fault. Outside the dorms, the school seems strangely quiet when compared to the noise of the day. Well then, thank you both for today. I think I learned a lot. You're most welcome, but I'm afraid that I really must be going. Today's been a long day. That's right, Lily spent all of today on her feet, and I can imagine that walking outside the school would be pretty tiring for her. I feel a pang of guilt as I remember that I was probably the only one in the school that got up around 10 this morning. Sure thing. Well, I'll see you both tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Sal. Night. The girls returned to their dorm, and Ataman. Actually, now that I consider it, today tired me out as well. Is this the end of Act 1? Yep.
It is nice to see Hanako smile.
Yeah. I like the cutscenes in this, they're very good.
Yeah, they are.
Act 2, Hide and Seek. Oh, achievement. Finish Hanako's Act 1. That is where we are going to call it for today, though. Finished Act 1. That was a long one. I think that's one with the most choices. Yeah,
That
it is.
was long.
Yeah, Act 1 was 6 hours. 6 hours and 13 minutes.
Jeez.
That was good, though. And if we go to the main menu... Wait a minute. Did I save? Make sure. If we go to the main menu, we should have a new picture. Yep. The first picture from Hanako's arc. But
That's
yeah,
a cool feature.
I do like that. That's always pretty cool. And then when you finish it, you see all the different scraps of paper from each arcs. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thanks for doing a little bit of voice acting, buddy.
You're welcome.
Definitely
Happy to.
saved my voice a little bit.
What you mean you don't like screaming like, "Hey, man"?
No. Because I give
I
him
don't
like a
mind
gravelly voice.
It's fun for me. I like voice acting as Kenji because I just get to go full unhinged mode.
Yeah. It kind of messes me up though, because like I'm trying to like stay quiet because I don't want to like be yelling by accident. So I'm trying
I
to.
don't care. I yell.
No, I know my wife would come in here and be like, "You're yelling."
No, my
Stop
neighbors
yelling.
don't care. They can't hear me. So
Oh, well, that's good. But you said you're about to stream, right?
the Cubs game is about more than halfway over. So I'll stream Titanfall 2 after that.
Okay. Alright. Well, we aren't going to raid out today, but I appreciate y'all hanging out. It was a good time. We got through quite a bit of the story today. I hope y'all have a good one, and I will see y'all later. See you later, buddy.
Bye bye.